Welcome to Selfish Confidence, a place where we can connect and be real about how hard it is to be your damn self. My name is Jess, and my goal is to help you build confidence and belief in yourself to live any life path you want, even if it's unconventional. It's time to flip off societal pressures and connect with women who've also felt on the outside by their life choices. We're here to encourage you to grab the mic and speak your truth. I know it can be scary, but we're in this together. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Selfish Confidence Podcast. It's Jess here, and I'm just sitting here having a moment today. Like every day, I spend a lot of time in my head, and I was just thinking about the doubt that we have in ourselves all of the time, right? We can be our own worst critics. There's not many of us who are our best, cheerleader, our best person to go to when we need advice. We can be really hard on ourselves for everything, for not doing enough, for doing too much, for not slowing down, for not going fast enough, for not being further along in our life, for not being insert the thing that you've been telling yourself all the time, right? It often equates to not being enough. And we've made a lot of episodes on this topic because it's the one that comes up so often, right? I'm too far behind. My business isn't making enough money. I'm not doing enough. I am not enough. And in today's episode, I thought we could do something different. Instead of beating ourselves up all freaking day on this Monday, if you're listening to this live, I'm sitting in the confidence corner. I have my lights on. I am really just soaking up what Monday morning can look like for me if I didn't beat myself up on the regular, right? And yesterday I had this moment where I grabbed my journal and I thought I would flip through and look at some of my older entries. And by older, I think I only started this journal in June. I told you, I spent a lot of time in my head. I spent a lot of time in my journal. And I looked back on some of the things, even like May, June time. And everything that I had written down as dreams and goals and visions, they're all coming to light. They all are happening. And I can be really hard on myself and keep thinking, hey, like I'm not doing enough. I need to go farther. I need to go faster. I need to do it more. But the second that we can sit and actually realize the version we are now is a version of ourselves that we have wanted for a really long time, and just let that soak in for a minute. Who you are right now, a prior version of you would be looking at in awe. Even if you don't feel like you're where you want to be, or even where you thought your old self would want you to be, can you just look at how far you've come for even just like 1 minute? And imagine sitting down and talking to 18-year-old version of you or 10-year-old version of you and tell them the life that you have right now. They'd be in so much awe that this is who you are and who they get to become. And they would look up to you and be like, whoa, you're so freaking cool. Wow, that's the life I get to live. The one that we wake up to every day and tell ourselves that we're not enough. That we wake up to every day and tell ourselves that we're not doing enough. That we need to show up more. If only we had more time in the day. Busy, do. All of the things that society tells us makes us enough. But if you just stop and think for 1 minute that who you are right now, exactly as you are, a prior version of you would be so freaking proud of you. They'd be looking at you in awe. And that's the magic in shifting your perspective away from what societal standards are to what your own standards are. Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And who did you want to be when you were 10 years old? Let's look at the two side by side. The more time that I reflect on what a prior version of me, let's say last year or 2 years ago, who they thought that I would become or would hope that I would become, and sitting here now realizing that I did that and so much more, yet I'm still shitting on myself and shoulding on myself for not doing enough. And that's the mindset that holds us back. The mindset that I need to be doing more or I'm not enough exactly as I am right now. That is the piece that holds us back in so many ways. If I could stand up on my rock in the backyard or on a stage and truly exclaim to the rooftops who I am and what I'm doing and be proud of that, it'd be like the coolest feeling ever. But for some reason, we still always feel like it's not enough. So if you connect with this concept of just like always feeling like you could be doing more, I want you to take a minute and either grab an old notebook, or if you don't journal, then look at your phone and look at some of the old photos that you have. I found this super, oh my gosh, it's crazy. This old photo of Glenn and I from like our first year together. So that would have been 12 years ago. And it's wild to look at ourselves in this photo. I was still in university. He was just in the beginning phases of working in the construction company that he works for. And it was just like a flashback. And in that moment, if I could have told Jess of that version who thought there's no way that relationship was going anywhere, if I could tell her that's the guy you're going to marry and he is the absolute most supportive partner you'll ever have, I would have laughed. Like, it would have blown my mind. It's the same thing for what you're doing in your life. Imagine being able to tell a prior version of yourself what you've achieved and could confidently say it, like, I did these things. I really guarantee that that version of you would be so excited. 6 months ago, version of Jess is excited about where I am now and what I'm doing now. She would have been pooping her pants. So instead of focusing on doing more and getting further and pushing yourself to your limits, take a deep breath, slow down for a minute, and confidently look at your life and see where you are. I'm so freaking proud of you for everything you've done. And even if you listen to this, you're like, yeah, but I didn't do that thing, or I didn't do this thing, or, I could have done that. Stop for a second and write out a list of all the things that you've done in the last week, in the last day, in the last year. I bet when you look at that list, you're going to be like, holy crap, I did a lot of really amazing things. You did. I know. I'm watching you. I see you on social media. I know it. You're killing it. So don't dismiss the effort that you've put in because society tells you or you think it's not enough. You're doing enough, and I'm so proud of you. And if you struggle to see that, and you need a supportive sisterhood around you who wants to lift you up and helps you to see that you're enough, that you're beautiful, that you have all the characteristics that you need to chase your dreams. These things that we tell ourselves sometimes we don't have. Surround yourself with the right people. And the Selfish Sisterhood is a beautiful place for that. It's a place for you to come and connect, whether that's on business ideas, on personal things in your life, your career, your family, all of these different things that you've been facing alone. Having that supportive sisterhood around you that just gets it and also can see your potential and helps you to actually live into that is the most beautiful thing. And I'll put all the information in the show notes for you to hop in. This month, we're doing a breathwork session to help alleviate stress. September can be really crazy and really busy, so I'm excited for that, along with our regular sisterhood chats, biz chats, Q&As, and all of the things that help you to find yourself and also get to know other people who are on similar journeys. And if you're still struggling to celebrate yourself and to see the beautiful things that you've been doing in this world, send me a message, connect with me, tell me what you're celebrating, tell me what it is that you've been working towards that's finally coming to life, or maybe something that a prior version of you would be so excited for, even if right now you're not necessarily that excited about it. Lean into the energy of who you were at 10, at 18, at 21, wherever you are now, 30, and really lean into how they would look at you. I really guarantee they'd be so freaking excited for where you are and where you're going, because I know I am. I hope you have an awesome week. I'll talk to you soon. What's up, sis? I am so glad we could hang out today. If you love this episode, send it to a friend or share it on your social media and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me sprinkle some confidence in the world. And don't forget, you are magic. Let's show the world your shine.